Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Thanks a lot for joining me here today, keeping up with some different defensive stuff to end off Madden 19. I'm going to do a breakdown on the 4.6 speed package, kind of a throwback to Madden 18, which I think the speed package was really popular because you could get a lot of DBs on the field. Same thing, I like it for that reason. I might put a spy in on this end spot here. I'm using the Cincinnati Bengals playbook to have it. I think there's a few other playbooks that also have the 4.6 speed package. And yeah, you can put a linebacker in here if you want, maybe to put a spy. You can switch up your in here so it's a user instead, but for the other spots you're going to have to switch in the depth chart to get the CBs right if you didn't want what's basically there. It's going to use CBs 1 to 4 in those other positions on the field, right? That's the whole point of it. You get the extra DBs out there. And yeah, sorry, I'm going to select basically using yeah, the right stick is how you switch over to the different packages into the 4.6 speed package if you didn't know. And I like to use this cover 2 invert, and we will go against some bunch here. Some example like verts, which you see a lot. Okay, so the way that I like to do it to send the blitz is I'll send this guy here on the blitz. Shall I kind of send both of them and get Lewis going on the blitz? And depending, you might want to leave him in that cloud flat, or sorry, in the deep blue, or put him into a cloud flat. And you just have to Lewis, come on. And also just press the LB and crash outside, and then just get your user kind of over here. And yeah, you just kind of got to watch. See, in this case, I know that Verse is going deep, Jones is going deep, so I would man up him in this case, but depending, a lot of people might put him on a drag or whatever, so you wouldn't really need to do this. But in that case, anyways, I know because that side of the field would be open if he does carry across the side or take him deep. And they're able to make that play. That's the one thing I guess you have to be conscious of too, that quick read they could make to the tight end. The pressure can get in there pretty quickly. The other thing you can do is just leave everybody in position. Maybe just push the line in together. Get your cloud flat over to this side of the field, and user Lewis here. You can kind of just get him in and just kind of user over that side of the field. Then you'll have more coverage against this. Well, it's easy, no choice but to like basically check it down, and then in that case you can kind of just go with like the cloud flats as well, sort of thing. Here we go again. Computer running against this, going for the cloud flats. See, pressure's going to get in there pretty fast if you can lock it all down in there, and nothing can get in there. So the other thing you can do is just kind of press down and send everybody. Kind of get Williams down here, get Lewis all the way over here. So you got that deep blue over there. The mid read, you could either user it and put a man basically on McKenzie, and then kind of you can just even come down and hover all the way. And you just gotta watch that tight end on Verts here, and pretty much everything else should be locked down if you can cover the tight end. Yeah, if he tries to quick read it there, then well, he was able to check it down. Who is that? Was that to the McCoy? So he's to the running back there. So you do have to watch for that, I guess, as well underneath. But I don't know. I like to send the house on this play. Occasionally, mix it up, and not all the time, but work this kind of in. I'm gonna do something wild here and man everyone up. Did I get them all? Yeah. So I'm gonna man them all up, and then I'm gonna user the tight end on that little mini wheel that he sends and see if I can lock it down or get the pick. Feel like a sack or a pick. Oh, bad user. He's able to knock it down there and stop it at least, but that was kind of interesting that way, that you can kind of just cover. If you know that they're running a play like this, then you can be pretty specific with it. Nice, another little play inside there. You're not able to give him no yards, basically. Yeah, here, I'll try that wild setup again. So I'm just blitzing everybody, getting these two guys in position right over here like this. I'm going to man up. See, I just kind of manned up the the outside man there on Foster because he's going to run that wheel route. McKenzie's also going to come across the middle, so I've got him kind of manned up by that middle linebacker, and then that other kind of DB. I guess he's technically a middle linebacker, but it's a DB in there. He's going to be watching McCoy, as he's going to be running towards. And then we got basically everyone blitzing, and I'm going to get on the free safety and even get right in there with him, kind of hover over the line there for a second, and then try to cover over the tight end. Not even a second, fraction of a second. Then come right over, it's me, boom. You can just lurk that off. I just baited the AI QB so hard, and I think you could do the same thing to a user in that situation as well. Am I going to get this or not? Yeah, all the way. Woo. Hurdle into the end zone. Yeah, so that's kind of like the nice way that I like to use this little speed package. It's pretty versatile because you can just do a lot of different things with it. If your opponent does try to run, maybe I'll go to a run play here, because you can do a pretty good job as well just by moving over those guys to cover a fair amount of the field against a run play. Try it against a dive here. It's a pretty annoying run sometimes, depending how your opponent runs it. Okay, so what I would do is get everyone over here, kind of mush it in the CBs, maybe pinch the line together, and then either user, in this case, Lewis? Yeah, either user Lewis or Blunt maybe, or even Lott, so I could go to either side of the field pretty easily, just depending on what I'm seeing here. So I'm just going to watch this, see it coming down the middle, and then I just crash right down inside. A lot of people will start to cut outside. Well, you know what? My video card ran out of space there, so I just finished the video with audio only because I think that's really all I need to do to cover it. So you see it can stop it with the run easily. You don't even really need to do too much, and you can actually do a good job stopping the run. Now, if they do get outside with you, it's nice because you have a lot of speed on the field. They can usually catch up with them, but they can get picked up by a heavier blocking set. So that's why I kind of try to like have a deeper safety that I'm going to kind of use to watch the play and hopefully break it down easier or blow it up with one of these inside linebackers. Basically, that's the two ways that I'm going to try to do it. So if I'm using the safety, I'm looking to make sure he doesn't get a deep run on me. If I'm using these guys, I'm really trying to cut it off earlier, as he's almost going to break through on me there. So it can kind of go either way when you are using this. I'm still figuring it out, but if it's really going to happen, you can always run commit and probably have better odds in that case as well. So I think that's just something to consider as well when you're doing this. We'll see on this last one how the run commit goes. Boom, see the free safety is going to jump right in there and make that play like behind the line of scrimmage. So I think that's probably the best thing about this defense, that it can stop the run, stop the pass, and you can make so many changes on the passing coverage. Even the cover 3 is decent. If you just mix in that basic cover 3 with cloud flats, it'll throw them off because it looks identical to this cover 2 invert. So as well with the cover 2 invert, you can just play it more stock and just switch that safety into a deep blue or leave them in the mid-read, depending on what you're seeing and where you're using. If you want to cover something over the middle, then you'll probably want to stay with the user on the hook zone, or if you're going to want to play something else to a little more shallow, then you would let that free safety stay in that mid-read rather than put him into the deep blue, so that he can kind of cover around there and hopefully they won't go deep on you. Or if they do, you can click onto one of the CBs going deep zone on that. So that's a play that I've been liking a lot, using a bit of 4.6 speed and messing around in Madden at the end of the year. So thanks a lot for checking out this video. Give the 4.6 speed another try. I'm sure you've got some awesome CBs that you can throw in there, and yeah, have some fun before the game ends. I'm a Time Bomb. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you later.